guys, welcome to Be Built by Broser. We're here at Gold's Gym, Venice, and today we've been training chest and shoulders, and I want to show you guys a variation on a side lateral movement, which I really enjoy doing. It's a slightly different angle, done on an incline bench. We're going to do one set where our back is into the incline. We're going to do one set where our chest is into the incline, and it'll kind of change the angle from, you know, this way, where you're leaning back against it, to this way where you're going forward. So what you'll do is you'll work the side shoulders in a little bit different ways. You'll get different muscle fibers, exhaust different motor unit pools, and that will give you more complete development. And I really like this movement because it's very, very strict. You can't move the torso at all. So it's all lateral delt musculature that has to move the weight. Don't try to go too heavy with this one, otherwise you won't be able to get the weight all the way up. I'm going to have Dave demonstrate and show you exactly how to do this movement.
Hi guys, Dave Mad Max, and we are here at the Mecca. This is Ask Merlin Monday. Actually, is it Monday? It is Monday. We're at the Mecca. I don't know what day it is. It's a beautiful day in December. It's about 70 degrees right now. We're just starting the month of December. I think we're the 5th or the 4th right now, and it's just beautiful. We're just about to wrap up the year, man. Yep. Already.
Unbelievable.
I know. It went by so quickly. And the question that I had for Merlin this week was, if you had to choose a time of the year where it would be most beneficial for making gains, you know, either would be in the off season or progress season, or when do you think it would be if you could pinpoint a time, you know, for an athlete who competes and wants to make the most possible progress?
Well, obviously the time to make progress with your physique in terms of improving body parts or muscle mass is not the kind of thing you do during prep. So, you know, figure, depending on how long you're prepping, 12, 16 weeks.
Scratch that.
You know, you're going to, yeah, I mean, you're going to be in a hypocaloric diet, so, you know, you'll be eating, you know, less calories than your body needs to build muscle. And what you'd want to do during that time is maintain all the mass that you built. So obviously progress season, or quote unquote off season, is the time. But there is a time that I want to mention, now that you said that to me, that a lot of people don't take advantage of, and they really, really should if you're a competitor. And that is the time period right after you compete. A lot of people, and it seems like good advice, a lot of people right after they compete, they say, oh, I'm going to take a break, you know, I'm going to stay away from the gym, I'm going to relax my diet, let my joints heal. And, you know, in a way I could see that being good advice, but you're actually losing out on a key time where you can build a lot of muscle mass. The reason is while you're dieting for a competition, you're doing a tremendous amount of cardio, you're posing, you're on low calories, your sleep is probably less, you're training very, very hard, and your body's in basically a catabolic state where it's having a lot of trouble. It's just maintaining its mass. So once you're done competing, if you're willing to stay in the gym, and if you're willing to stay on your diet, and when I say stay on your diet, I mean basically the same types of foods that you're eating, but then go into a phase where you reverse out of the diet. You don't just all of a sudden add tons of calories, but you start adding in each week some more protein, carbohydrates, and fats from healthy sources that you were eating before the show. You stay in the gym, you still remain on a little bit of cardio, but you cut it in half at least, and your body actually will rebound and will sort of put on muscle mass that it's almost like muscle memory, like when you train for many years and then you stop training and then you start training again and all that muscle comes back really fast. Well, it's sort of like a muscle memory where you are building muscle or preparing the muscle to be built with all that hard training for the 12 and 16 weeks before a show, but it can't really manifest because it doesn't have the tools, it doesn't have, you know, the food, it doesn't have the rest to, you know, recover and to build that muscle that you've worked on. But after a show, once you're more relaxed and you add in more calories, it's almost like you can just sort of slingshot off of all that training, and you will very quickly add, you can add, I mean, I've seen people add 10, 12 15 pounds of pure muscle that they didn't have before. So that in a sense, let's just say they were dieting down from 230 pounds to 200 for a show, and at 215 before the show they have a certain look. But if they drop down to 200 and then they rebound correctly and go back up to 215, that 215 will be way more impressive than the 215 on the way down, because it's a lot more muscle. And then you can go back to 230 and basically be as hard as you were at 215. So that's an example. And I think it's a key time for people to stay in the gym to rebound like this after a show. So I'm not saying you shouldn't have a cheat meal after a show. I'm not saying you shouldn't have a day off after a show, but I would get back in the gym by Monday or Tuesday, get right back on the diet, and take advantage of that time, because it will give you a big jump start on progress season. So that is something that I think every competitive bodybuilder should do and not miss out on.
If there was a best time, that's a great answer. So the same token, if there was a best time for someone to take a break from the gym, let's say a week off because they're going on vacation, when would that be then? If not right after the show.
I actually think a great time is actually maybe before you start prep. Let your body have, hopefully you put in a really good progress season, you've been hitting it really hard for months at a time, and you're about to go into a 12-16 week prep. So why not maybe take a week off before you start that prep, re-energize a little bit, stay on your diet, maybe even do a little bit of cardio, but stay away from the gym, let your joints heal, and prepare yourself for the rigors of contest prep. Some people have a lot of trouble staying away from the gym. Some people stay away from the gym too much. Make excuses. But I think if you're going to take a controlled period of time off, it's a great time to do it right before you're going to start a truly rigorous prep. Get your adrenal glands functioning well, let your joints feel good, and prepare yourself mentally and physically for what's ahead.
And maybe miss the gym a little bit too, so you can't wait.
Miss the gym, because we all know us guys who guys and gals who love the gym. Sometimes we get a little bit burnt out, and we don't look forward to our workouts as much. But a week off from the gym usually turns that right around. It just makes you furious to get back into the gym, and why not feel that way right before you start contest prep when you have to be 110% every single day?
That's awesome. Yeah, that was a great question.
That was a great question.
You gave me.
You asked it. Good job.
Hey, thanks, Merlin.
All right.